Kica Matos is Director of Immigrant Rights and Racial Justice at the Center for Community Change. She joins me live from Connecticut. Kica, thanks for joining us. May 1st is about celebrating workers really around the world, but this year, here in the United States, it seems to be also about protesting President Trump's policies. What is the message here?
The message really is directed towards Donald Trump and his administration, and it's really quite simple. It's two major things. One is that there are 11 million people in this country who are undocumented, and they contribute to this society. They are, our neighbors. Their kids go to school with our kids. They work. Most of them are law-abiding, and he needs to stop criminalizing and demonizing these immigrants. The message is also that Congress needs to get itself together to pass comprehensive immigration reform laws. We have a system that's broken, and we've had no comprehensive immigration reform legislation passed in 30 years. And finally, the message to not just Trump and the administration and Congress, but to the rest of the Americans, it's that immigrants deserve respect, and they deserve also dignity.
And with the country divided, are you at all concerned about possible violence breaking out at these rallies?
We have so far received no reports of violence. We organized 263 events in over 200 cities and 41 states, and we've been closely monitoring these events, and so far there has been no violence.
Well, there's good news there. And how do you think these protests in the United States, how will it be different from the ones we've seen around the globe?
Well, I would say a couple of things. First is that the protests in the United States are not just in celebration of International Workers' Day, but in particular this year, it's also in recognition of the contributions that immigrants make. And the intentional efforts to call out Donald Trump and his administration, asking him to stop criminalizing and demonizing immigrants. The other thing about this year that makes it different from previous years is that we have had a lot of allies step up with us on May 1. So we have allies from the LGBTQ movement. We have faith-based allies, we have allies in the environmental justice movement, we have Black Lives Matter allies, all stepping up on May 1 saying that they're with us, that they're opposed to Donald Trump's anti-immigrant policies and his xenophobia, and they intend to fight with us for the justice, for the dignity, and for the rights of immigrants in the United States.
Kica, at the end of the day, do these protests, does it really make a difference? I mean, it certainly raises awareness and brings attention to the cause, but beyond that?
I always say to people that it's important in a democracy for people to speak out and exercise their rights. But you're absolutely right. Just showing up to protest today is not enough. So we ask people, if you're eligible to vote and you're not registered to vote, today is the day to do it. If you're registered to vote and you don't vote, then today's the day to commit to register. If you have any interest in running for political office and you have a progressive agenda, you have an obligation to do it. So no protests in and of themselves. They're absolutely critical, but it's not enough. Americans are facing what I think is an increasingly fragile democracy, and we have to do everything we can to step up and to fight back against the xenophobic administration.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Kica Matos, thank you so much.